Hi.
What's up?
I'm wheezing.
That was that moment hella cute though. That was cute.
I'm wheezing laughing. Yeah.
What's up, beautiful humans? It's your girl Amber, and I'm here with fine ass.
Hi.
Isn't this so crazy? I just did the video on the Queer Ultimatum because y'all asked, and of course I had to bring my girl Mel. You feel me? What did I say? I said if I was on the show, watching it, I had to picture myself as one person, and of course it was my Virgo sis right here. You feel me?
Nice.
Right.
I like that.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But I've been following you and your journey since forever now, which unbeknownst to you, but I've been following you for a minute, and I've just watched like how you've grown in your journey, and I've admired it, and like I've identified in like your foursome group that you hang with. I love all of y'all.
Thank you.
But I've definitely identified most with you. So
damn, thanks.
I've been banging with you. I've been your friend for a long time. You've been my friend forever.
That's the thing that I really loved is like not only were you representation, but amazing representation. Like you had so much emotional maturity and poise, and like you communicated so well, and I'm just like, yes, more of this. We needed that. And I know that you probably have been through a lot from the show or whatever, so I feel like I just wanted you to talk and say your experience and like how you felt about it.
I think what's helpful is to give a little bit of context to the show, right? Like, so the show was shot 2 years ago. The first ultimatum wasn't even out yet. We didn't know what we were signing up for, what we were getting into. You get a premise of what the show's gonna be about, but you've never watched it, right? So you don't know exactly how much of a train wreck you're participating in.
Yeah.
You just don't know. You just think it's something queer you're gonna be a part of. You really don't understand, well for me anyway, I didn't understand the gravity of what I was signing up for until after the fact. And then the first season of Ultimatum came out like after we were done filming. So you're at home chilling, the first season comes out, and you're like, months later, and you're like, oh my goodness, what did I sign up for?
Wow.
What's gonna happen? How is this gonna look? I didn't watch it until like the hype was completely gone for it. I maybe watched it like 8 months later.
Oh dang.
After it had already came out.
That show, it's so good. I love it. And as much as crazy as the concept is and as much of a train wreck it is, I would do it.
Would you?
Absolutely.
For real?
Absolutely. You want to go on the second season together?
No.
Be my partner, and I'm gonna give you the ultimatum.
Here's the thing. I think Virgos deeply need a rebrand. I think all Zodiacs, for the most part, need a rebrand. Because like if you're healing, you're on your like healing journey, you're really committed to doing that the right way.
Right.
Then all the signs are great for the most part.
Absolutely. You gave Virgos a good name.
And also here's another thing to debunk, right? Like, I am not the monolith for Virgos. Right? I'm also not the monolith for Black mask people. Right? And I think people maybe, I don't know if it's non-Black people or not, but like, did I give good representation? Sure. And also, there's so many others that do amazing work. Like, I'm just modeling also like my best self, but also the ways that I've seen some of my friends and people show up in community every day.
I think you and I talked about it off camera about we don't often see Black mask representation as much as we should.
Yeah.
And like, thank God for Lena Waithe and like creating it and creating her story too. And like other people like, breaking down the doors.
But okay, so here's my question though with Zodiacs. Like in all of our charts, we all are a mix up of all the signs.
Yeah.
So like, aren't we all kind of similar?
No. Because, even with Virgos, right, our rising and moons differ, right? And so I always say, because I'm a Libra rising, Libras naturally like everyone, are people, right? So my Libra loves everyone, but my Virgo is like, except for you not doing the work, except for whatever. So I'm a little bit,
I got you. I'm a Scorpio rising, so I think that's where, I don't know how I come off. I think how I'm perceived in the world.
Right.
It gives Scorpio energy, but it's just my rising. I'm very much so still a Virgo. And I'm a Capricorn moon.
Damn.
So it's getting on my nerves.
Really? I understand your Scorpio. I'm a Scorpio moon.
See? Mm-hmm. Being loved by a Leo is nice.
I hate it. I don't even like Leos. I don't want Leos to come close to me. You can't second that. Oh,
I cannot second that. But my mom's a Leo.
Oh, I want your mom to like me.
My mom's gonna love you. It's fine.
All right.
My mom is a Leo. My brother's a Leo. I'm surrounded by Leos. One of my longest relationships was with a Leo Virgo cusp.
You're a long relationship person.
If I'm gonna do it, it's gonna be for a long time.
Same.
And it's gonna take me a long time to decide on who that is also.
Oh yeah, decide who it is. I have problems with letting go.
Ooh.
Like I was in a lot of the relationships, even the two that I had on the internet, I stayed way too long. Like I knew I wasn't getting what I needed. I knew I was unhappy, but I believed in our potential so much that I stayed too long.
Virgos be doing that.
Right? Why do we do that?
We believe in the potential crazy.
So tell me what. Okay. No, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm gonna be okay. I'm so happy to see your growth. People are really loving you and what you showed. Mm-hmm. Like, tell me how are you embracing the process of like your following growing exponentially and people recognizing you and taking pictures and like just embracing who you as a person on this huge platform. Like, how has all that been for you?
Surreal, really. Very different. I think I'm also very cognizant that I'm still a very regular person. I know that I have like a public figure attached to my name now. The other thing is that I'm still very true to who I've been. So the comment that I love the most is when like friends that have known me or people that I've come in encounters with before were like, I saw you on the show and you were so authentically like yourself. Like you are still very much so that person. You showed up who you are. Yeah. So that's been a really, nice thing to hear. And I still try to maintain that, like if I go and I do some type of hosting gig, I usually get away from my area, my section, and I'm spending time with the people.
Right, same.
Yeah. And I try to remain doing that, and I still hug people, and I don't know, I still introduce myself to people. Mm-hmm. Even when they're like, I know who you are. I'm like, yeah, you saw me on TV, but like there's a different exchange in person.
Right.
I think that's the best way, because here's the thing, like I think this type of, do we call it fame? I don't know.
A notoriety
can change people.
Absolutely.
Right? But then also all of this shit really can be taken away from you.
Absolutely.
So I think it's really important to remain
humble.
Very, very humble. And just be who you are. Like these followers, it's wonderful, right? Mm-hmm. But this is not currency. People are not currency. Right. So you don't use it like that.
I've been doing it almost 11 years now, and like the days I want to quit, and then I go outside and I meet someone that's like, yo, you helped me be me, you helped me come out, and I remember why I'm doing it. It's never been for me. Yeah. This has always been to help other people's journey, to like be representation I didn't see a long time ago when I was doing it, right? And I am blessed every single time I think about it. I'm like, yo, I'm this deep in, this many years in, and I am still blessed to be able to be a voice within our voices or whatever. And so it's just a blessing. If people like saw it like that more, maybe they would stay humble, because me doing this for so long, I've lost friends because they lose that. They lose themselves. They get caught up. They start thinking that they're higher above or whatever, and it's just like, what? You're a human, we're humans. Like, nah. Yeah. It's weird. I want to ask you some good stuff.
Yeah, ask me.
Who are you cool with from the show?
Everybody. Well, I answered that really fast.
Yeah.
For the most part, everyone. Like, there's no beef with anybody, for real. Not like that.
Okay, so let's say like all of them were downstairs in a lobby. It was getting cold in the lobby, right? And you lived upstairs, right? Who would you invite upstairs to get warm in your house?
Me?
Yeah.
Me, Mal?
Yeah.
Who sees like humanhood in people? So I'm inviting everybody on
okay.
If it's cold.
So you're having a pool party, and they're like, invite your friends from the show. Who would you invite to the pool party?
I'm just gonna answer it the first way. Me and everybody, for the most part, still check in on each other. Mm-hmm. Like here and there, we say what's up. Obviously, the person I speak to all the time, still every day, damn near, is Lexi. Mm-hmm. Her family, like I was just with their family. She talks to my parents. Like we're still like this.
That's what's up.
Yoli and I touch in every now and again, like, send each other maybe a funny meme or something like that. Mm-hmm. Xander and I check in on each other. Tiff and I check in every now and again. When all this stuff was going down with Mildred, like pretty heavy, kind of when it all died down, I'm like, are you okay?
Oh, that's what's up. Is she?
The last time I checked in, she was like, just thanks for asking, The only person that, like, we've never had each other's phone numbers or anything like that is me and Vanessa. We've just never exchanged that information. Mm-hmm. We don't even have to get into the depths of why, but it's still respect when I see her. Yeah. Right? It's not beef. When I see her, we see each other, it's still like, I see you, hey, how are you? Good, cool. And then we still exchange like regular casualties that you would with somebody else.
Yeah.
The thing is that we all went through this really chaotic thing together. So one thing we all have in common, whether we come from different walks or not, is we share a plight.
Yeah.
Right? And we share a struggle of doing this show.
Right.
And we all were emotionally beat up. Every single one of us on the show.
Yeah.
Oh, and Ray, also, hello. I still check in on Ray.
Oh, yeah.
That's my girl.
Most of these people were in the same building last night.
That
all
was
together last night.
Unbeknownst to us.
Oh, really?
And a little wild. Yeah.
Oh, really? I thought everybody probably knew.
No. I forgot about Sam and Aussie.
Yeah.
We chat every now and again too. Like we'll touch in very short. What's up? How have you been? Every now.
Are they together?
Yeah.
They are?
Sam and Aussie?
Yeah.
They are the example. They made it.
Whoa. I wouldn't have saw that. Wow.
I'm pretty sure they are. Don't let me speak too soon. But I'm pretty positive that they're still together.
Wow.
You wouldn't have seen that coming?
Nah.
I totally thought that they'd stay together. And there's so much context missing. I always like to say this. It's 30,000 hours of content.
Yeah.
Right? Get this in your minds. It's 30,000 hours of content broken down into 10 50-minute episodes.
Right.
There's so much backstory to people's reactions on television that's just missing, you know, like, and there's no time to really discuss it. And, you know, there are things that you can't talk about. Like, you know, I won't get into what that looks like, but there are some things you actually cannot speak about. There's some ways maybe you want to like clear something up. You can't do that yet.
Yeah. So if there's anything of your story that was left unsaid,
Question. I think one thing that was maybe a little questionable was like what does Mal do? You know, like what does she do for a living? Like, I don't know. There were things around like IVF and all this stuff, right? So I held a leadership role for a Fortune 500 company while I was filming this show, which a lot of people don't know. In HR, it was like a HR project management role, which people didn't know. I didn't say it on a show because why would I do that? Can't do that. And I think in my position in the world, I can't afford to just be like, literally like, I don't want to lose my job.
Right.
I can't rebound from this. I don't know how this edit's going to come out, right? So I had these benefits. My job covered IVF. People were talking about like a savings account situation came up.
Right, yeah.
I had all of these things.
Because Xander had it and Yoli was trying to say you didn't.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm like, the way that story was told was inaccurate, but that's no fault of production. That story should have been told by my partner at the time.
Yeah.
A better way, right? Or the accurate way. Mm-hmm. I think her qualm was I didn't add her to my insurance and all these things, but the benefits to do these things were there. Mm-hmm. That was not a thing.
But that's the thing you do once you get married. So I think from my point of view, watching, she just started to get really impatient. And I heard you. Can I just say that in my breakdown of you, I heard you as a person that understands. You were, in my eyes, clearly stating, hey, there's some things in our relationship that I want us to work on that would make me feel more secure and safe. And if we have that, I'm yours.
Let's do it.
I'm here, I've been here.
Yeah.
And it was just flying over her head.
Yeah.
Well, she's like, we're running out of time. I need you to do this now. And like, you just need your partner to hear you and be like, we're working on this together, and then you would have been all in, right?
For 1,000%. It's for me, it's just a security thing. And like, are we both bringing these things to this table? Are we both contributing these ways? Because we can get married, everybody can do that. But in my mind, you know, at the time it was like, can we both contribute to this relationship in equitable ways? You know, it just wasn't making sense to me, hence me dragging my feet. But months before we shot the show, maybe like 5 months before that, our parents met each other. Her parents came down to where my parents live and met each other. And for me, that was like, maybe call me traditional, old school, whatever. I'm like, these are steps to let you know that I do want to do life with you.
Right.
You know.
So overall, yeah, I just felt like she was impatient with you. But do you think that the process, like, it worked out how it was supposed to?
Yeah, I mean, regardless of how hurtful it might have been, or, you know, on either end, my end, her end, yes, I think it worked out the way it was supposed to. Because Yoli and I had also been through like couples counseling for a year before that. You know, and there are ways that I also let Yoli down. Like, they only filmed this one part of our life, right? Mm-hmm. There are ways that I absolutely showed up like a shithead partner to her prior to this. So let's just clear the air on that.
Yeah. This is like what I was talking about in the video. When you can like go and sit in the audience and be like, I know it comes off like this, but I also didn't show up for my partner in the ways that I should have. And I'm working on that. I see that. That's the biggest thing. You want a partner like that, to be like, oh, I see where I was wrong and I'm going to work on this for you.
1000%. Yeah.
That's often what I need that, more of that in relationship situations.
We were also in therapy for like a year and a half, couples therapy, before even going on the show.
Wow.
So when people are like, the way they can communicate, I'm like, yeah, we've been in therapy, we've been going to damn therapy.
Yeah.
We do this in therapy. But I think what it boiled down to, like, to answer your question, it's just misalignment. We were just severely misaligned and trying to force something to work that might not have worked whether we did the show or not.
Yeah.
I think we're just fundamentally just misaligned, you know? And I think that she is still a good person, and her person is out there.
Yeah.
You know? And my person's out there.
You're right.
Yeah.
No, for real. So overall, how are you doing?
We outside. We're
good.
We're doing good. Yeah. I'm doing really, really good. It's wild to process all of this. Or finding your voice, you know, and like speaking to people about these things. And it's like, oh, people do value what you have to say.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
It's been interesting. It's been interesting navigating all of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited for you though.
Fun.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it looks like you're living your best life.
Yeah, it's been fun.
And I'm happy for you.
Yeah, and these connections are also great, you know, or like just meeting other people that you look up to, or other queer people in the community, or like you meet them and then they talk to you and they're like, yo, I watched you and like I really loved what I saw that you did, and you're like, me, I've been loving what you've been doing.
Yeah, no, for real. I know. I love those moments so much. Because I've been doing it for a long time, it's so cool when I walk up to people and I'm like, yo, you. And they're like, you helped me come out. And I'm like, whoa. It's so dope. Like, I love it. I don't know. I'm like old school in it, but I just love people coming together and really like giving each other flowers.
It's so good.
It's so cool.
That's what it's about.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I'm just a fan. I love being a fan of all my friends. So that's why I like genuinely was like, you are such an amazing human, and like, I don't know, you just, the way you navigate in this world is just, I love it. It's so dope.
Dog, you know what? I'm like, what are my pillars in how I govern myself in the world, right? And so I think for me, in every situation I'm in, I'm always thinking, how do I practice harm reduction? Which is why I try not to like, you know, go off and lose it, because I have these thoughts. I'm not above flipping the table. I'm not above it or burning this shit down. I'm not. But I think about like, okay, how do I practice harm reduction? And then how do I center the most vulnerable, right? In any situation. And when I think about these things, it really guides how I navigate in the worlds around me. Like, I don't know, those are just my pillars. In whatever room I'm in, I always think about those things, those two things. Like, okay, most times if it's not safe for me, I'm out.
Right.
If I'm speaking to anybody and I'm centering, my language is around centering the most vulnerable in that situation, it's inadvertently gonna help me.
Yeah.
Right? Like, all we have to do is prioritize the most vulnerable in any situation. It's gonna help you. It's a trickle down. It's gonna help you.
I was trying to figure out my pillars, because I feel like, because I understand you, but I feel like I want to go into a room and I want people to feel good and like safe. But I don't know. I guess I'm like the older sis. I'm a little bit tough love too.
Yeah.
Like, I gotta call people out, but in a loving way.
And allow space for that self to change.
Yeah, for sure.
I think that brings me to what we were talking about with like the show before we started recording. But like, some people, we just live in this time where like, once you have a bad taste about somebody, right?
Right.
We're so inclined to keep people canceled forever.
Yeah.
Like, there is no restorative justice. Is that what it is? It restorative? It's not restorative justice. There's just like no path back.
Yeah.
And it sucks. For some people, I think I understand that. But for people who exhibit behavior and change, it's so difficult for them to come back into, like, how do you re-enter community in society right now?
Right. I mean, I did a video called cancel culture and move into accountability culture.
Yeah.
Right? And it's like, we have to stop just canceling people. We have to inform them, you know, why they were wrong or why they disrespected somebody or their culture, right?
Yeah.
We have to inform them. But also, most of the time, they sit there, you know, defensive and like want to scapegoat instead of like learning. And I think that that's probably why. But like, if some of these people actually were like, sat there and just, you know, humble about it and be like, yo, I fucked up. Like, I sucked here. I didn't think about this. I think that we would be more, I don't know, open to them changing, right?
Yeah.
But like, you changed my mind. Like, about a lot of people, because I'm sitting here like as we're going through the people that you've been on the show with, and I'm like, yo, they came out da-da-da, and you're just like, you know, we're all humans. We're put in a really weird situation. Like a lot comes up that people are not going to be ready for, because that's a unique situation. Nobody's
so unique, man. Your emotions. Yeah, you're put in a pressure cooker, and sometimes your best self doesn't come out. There have absolutely been times that I have reacted poorly in situations. 1000%. This show just gave me, like, they caught me at my most vulnerable, and like, thank God I've done a lot of work, and so my most vulnerable when I'm feeling like harmed isn't to then cause harm. That's not where my mind is anymore.
Exactly.
But that's not the case for everybody,
right?
You know? So yes, we got like a wonderful angelic Mal on this one television show, but if you would have caught me a couple years ago, we wouldn't have got that. We would have got, I don't know, what you might have expected, or times where they're like, yo, it couldn't be me.
Right.
But yeah, back like 10 years ago, it definitely wouldn't have been me. Yeah. You know?
But I mean, that's the thing, is like, you went through being able to grab a hold of yourself and be like, yo, I don't like my reactions to this. I don't like how I show up in this. But also, for me, that's a power thing. Yeah. I don't want to react in a way of allowing someone else to take my power. They have me overreacting, and now I look crazy. I don't want to give anybody that power. So that's why you have that calm me. But same, like, I have videos on here from 8 years ago, me talking about when someone with my ex, and I, you know what I'm saying, I'm ready to fight. Yeah. I had to learn that, like, yo, I'm not going to be that person. I don't want to show up like that, and I don't want anybody to take my power away. Yeah. I was also navigating very nuanced layers, right? Like, nobody can really understand the layers until I start, like, explaining them, right? Like, I didn't know I was going to be the only Black person on cast until the first like party where you go and you meet everybody, and that Joanne Garcia, she's on there, she's introducing the show and everybody's reasons why they're there. That's my first time seeing everybody on cast, and I'm realizing immediately then, like, I'm the only Black mask presenting person here too, which is a whole different layer. Yeah. And I'm like, how do I navigate this? The best way in the show is meant to, you know, bring up really tough things. How do I navigate this? You know, also, I'm, to my knowledge, the only Black woman that my partner at the time had ever dated. I'm the first she's ever dated. Oh, wow. So she's also probably put in a situation where it's like, damn, my type is here, you know? I'm like, who I traditionally date isn't. Right. So this makes it hard. And then you're thinking like media. You're like, I really hope that they do the best that they can with me. Like, I'm genuinely pretty gentle. As a person, even though I'm mass presenting, right, pretty gentle, and I just hope you guys portray me the right way and not, you know, give me like the angry Black woman trope, because that's just not true to me, you know. And if there's any time that trope could have existed, it would have been in what we went through. Yeah, you know what I mean. So there were just a lot of layers. Or when, I don't know, you go on these dates with people and you ask all these questions, and sometimes the way people answer questions it really rubs up against like some of your ideals, right? Right. But you can't, there's nobody I can process it with, number one. There's no other person that looks like me that I could say, such and such said this and it feels crazy to me. Can't do that. So I gotta process that by myself. Damn. I'm not with my partner that I came with. Can't process it with her. So you're just like, who do I talk to about this? And I can't talk to anybody about it because I have an NDA. Dang. And, you know, sometimes there's production that's also, they don't look like you. Right. So when they are understanding as they can be, and I'm saying like, you don't necessarily feel comfortable going and letting them know like, this is the reason why I didn't want to go on a date again with said person. Because this happened, and this is what it means to me as a Black person. Right. There's just so much to navigate. That's why I wanted to have this talk with you. Yeah. Because I'm seeing all of that. Yeah. As soon as I'm seeing you. Right. Because I know. I did a dating show. I wanted representation of like what I usually date. It wasn't there. And I can't explain that in the room, because then I come off a certain way. Yeah. And then also the production, like you were saying. I've been at a very small level of it, because yours was on such a huge platform. Anyways, that I saw that right away, and that's why I was like, tell me. Like, did it matter? Did you feel it? And in what way? Yeah. Right? The other thing is like, we talk about wanting, you know, like, I wish there were more Black people on the show. And so like I understand that sentiment, because I feel it too. Did I want more Black people on the show? Absolutely, you know? But we gotta talk about, we can't say that without addressing like the climate that we live in, right? Yeah.
And the black girls that I date would never sign up for this show. They're not doing it for various reasons, be it their job won't allow them to, or, you know, as a black woman, you go on one of these shows and you do something responding from a natural human response. Right. Your bounce back isn't the same as other people. Yeah. It's not the same.
They gonna portray you. They gonna create a storyline for you as soon as you walk in.
It's literally like social death almost, right? Like you can't rebound the same. So I don't know. There's just so many layers to think about when we're saying like what more we want to see, and also how unfair it is when we do go on these shows. What could happen?
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Would you do it again?
No. If
you could go back to the moment that you decided to be on the show, would you take it back?
Ooh, that's a good question. Probably not. No. Because I think what happened now is much bigger than me. It's much bigger than me and much bigger than I thought it was going to be. And so let's hope I just do the right things and handle this with care and do the right things with it now.
And you got it.
Yeah.
No, you will. Just say that I'm going to handle this. You can just say it because you are. That's who you are.
Yeah.
And you know you got it. That's why I'm just like, I'm so excited to see you doing your thing.
Yeah.
If you need someone, I'm over here. But
you my dog. That's why I'm checking out. And I'm like, I gotta go and do this. I gotta go to this. I'm going to Lena Waithe's premiere of her documentary, and I'm like,
Kokomo City, y'all. Make sure you check that out.
Check that out. That's a 3-hour drive away. I'm like, but I gotta hit my dog Amber before I get on the road, and we gotta do this thing.
We partied last night, it was fun, but this is different.
This is different.
Yeah.
I get on these pods, and I'm actually a pretty like nutty person. Like I'm pretty goofy, but then I get on these like podcasts with people, and it gets so serious, and I'm like, damn.
It's just I get you because it's just. You're a deep talker.
Yeah.
I am too. And so it naturally goes there.
Yeah.
Even though I'm goofy-ish too.
Yeah.
I'll cut to our Mariah Carey dance so they know that we're just fun.
Hey.
Yeah.
In my imagination, I be all up on you.
We're fun, we're chill. And I don't know, because I'm not a podcast person, but like, I just feel like we should sit down and have a conversation. But like, because this was so last minute, I didn't think of anything.
Yeah.
I was like, let's just talk and see what happens.
For sure.
Yeah. But we'll do it again, maybe. We'll ask each other some.
I would love to do that.
All right.
Ooh, I have a piece of advice. Mm-hmm. Stop slandering your exes on the internet.
Literally.
Can we just stop doing that? Like, y'all are so much better and you're so far above slandering somebody that you, at one point, loved the hell out of and thought you were gonna do the thing with, and you were in love with them, and you saw these beautiful things in them. Those beautiful things still exist. Duality exists.
Period.
They were shitty to you. They are not a shitty human.
Period. I actually say this in a lot of my videos. I like praise my exes because it makes you look bad. It's a reflection. It's a bad reflection on you when you talk about your exes, because at that point in time in your life, that person meant a lot and they were part of you at that moment in time. Whether you grew apart or not, at that point, y'all were on the same page.
Yeah.
And so it's like you talking about your ex is talking about you at that point in time in your life. You got to remember that. That's why it's a bad reflection of you.
Yeah.
Just embrace what you learn, good or bad, take it, grow, and just go be your better version of yourself. But to spend time doing that, it makes zero sense.
Yeah.
Like none.
I've literally done it like I just won't even entertain it. Even on like my social media feeds. Like my comments are not the space that you go and tell me how you feel about my ex.
Right.
It ain't safe. Like that's not where you do that at. Mm-hmm. Regardless of how we broke up, whether she was good or bad, however you portray her, my comments are not the space to do that in. Group text your friends. Do something else, but don't do it to me. It's not cool to her. It's just not cool. You know?
We live in a time where like, that's why I stopped putting my relationships on the internet. I did too, right? Yeah. I did too, and the way people reacted to the breakups or the way they react to even who they think, it was so damaging for me and my mental state. And I was like, I can't do that. I get it. We put our lives out there because people are like, oh no, we should feel entitled to your life because you put it out here. I get that part, but also y'all don't get that, like the toll that it takes on our emotions or whatever as well. Like for putting ourselves out there and what we really truly go through. It's hard. And that's why I haven't done it. And so like I'm like engaged.
Yeah, I'm not doing it. I'm gonna do what Issa Rae did.
Yeah.
I've said this like on every little like interview, whatever. I've always been like, I'm doing what Issa Rae did.
Right.
Issa Rae been with that dude for however many thousand years, and then she only posted him on their wedding day, and she tagged his suit.
Yeah.
And then we haven't seen him again since. Love that
at all. For real.
Love that.
Yo, thanks for coming on. I know you gotta go on the road. All right, we're gonna do another video in the future. So put some questions that you have for each of us, both of us, whatever you want us to ask each other in the comments below, and we'll do a video in the future. But I love y'all. Stay amazing, stay proud, and stay woke. Make sure you go and follow Mal if you don't. Cause how are you not gonna follow this beautiful human right here? You feel me? Man, without a back really sucked.
Isn't that crazy? Yeah. Dog, it's so crazy.
Bye, y'all.